Okay, welcome back to video 3. So just to recap, we have a Docker Compose file that has the information set up that we need. We've got it set to, we've got our Postgres part of our database, we've got our runtime containers part of our flow runtime set. We've got our relevant API parameters configured. And we have uploaded that to our EC2 instance home directory here. So I have got my Docker Compose here. Let's have a look what we have running. Oh, nothing currently running. So with the Docker Compose, we can use the Docker Compose command to just up and use the script to build everything. I'll use the -d directive to detach, so it will build the containers and detach that from the console so that I can carry on using my console, otherwise it will tie it up. We can see there I've used a persistent volume. You can use the Docker Docker help documentation to understand how to create volumes and persistent volumes. But we can see I've got a new one and I've got 2 containers, my database and my runtime. And we've got 2 containers that are up and running. So if we have a look at, let's have a look at the logs of our runtime container. So we can see here that it is our download and go straight into setup, all infos, some warnings, all info lines. So no critical lines, no crit lines. Okay, back to our runtime. There we go, our runtime now against our installation token is now online, 12 seconds. So it's attached. So we've got one attached. If we go to our flow here now, we can take a publish option, publish against my cloud, or there we have my runtime option, which says is online. So there's my installation, my MCR installation, so I can publish against that. So let's go ahead and publish to my runtime. Tells me my tenant ID is this, and my flow ID is this. Okay, so we'll grab these. Let's put them in here now. So that was in our installation token. So that's my tenant ID, flow ID. We go. We'll come down to these bits in a minute. Okay, so we can also check the health of our our container as well. We've already checked the log, but we can check the health of this by hitting. So this is in the documentation, runtime health checking. So it tells us here health API point is API health with your local host and port. So what I've done is I've already set that up to be, let's remove that one. HTTP, oh, we don't want that. HTTP : // We don't want any of that. Right, good. So there's our URL. there's my public IP with my port and the API health. So let's try that. I can literally just run that here. Oh, healthy. Right, there we go. It's returned. We've got a good status. I mean, if we had a look on that, we should get a 200. Yeah, we got a 200 response. Status 200, and it reported healthy. So great. So that's good for our health. That's good. That's good for our containers. We've got 2 containers running. So that, and we've got and that's our Postgres container up and running on the latest release, and our flow on the latest release. You can see there both are on latest. And I've put one on the 4040 the 8080 and one on 5432 which is what the documentation states here. Yeah, default port to use. You know, it came from the YAML localhost on 8080. So it's all good.